there's a lot to see here this morning, but I don't even know, because I'm not a constructionite, I don't know what it means. But let's start in the middle. We were here Tuesday, and we saw those H-piles cornered at around right where we're looking now. They've dug a hole. Christian, you just figure that's we're going to be putting stuff in there and then maybe filling it up again?
Yeah, maybe.
Not because it's too low for foundation, right? Because the ground level is going to be another couple feet higher than that. The walls are definitely making progress.
Yes.
About 10 days ago, they were just rebar.
Yeah.
Last week, you could see that they were, starting to take form, and now those are full-on walls. Ian, that's got to be the rock work for the train path,
Yep.
right? Right?
Yep.
The train's going to be on just the other side of that wall, drifting through a beautiful, picturesque waterfall.
Yes.
And then right on the other side of that, to the left of the closest wall,
Yes.
is where you figure they're going to enter. That's Phantasmic. That's your Phantasmic storage, right?
Floats.
Okay. So now, if that's water level, they're gonna roll those floats in there at water level. And by the way, I hope you guys can see this. It's really hazy, but I did not want to come back later today, so we're doing this. Okay, we're doing this, you guys. Anyway, if that's water level, where is ground level in relation to those walls?
Well,
is it like 4 feet up, maybe? 5, 6?
What are you saying is water level now?
yeah.
Well, okay. Between this closest wall and of these walls that they're building right here, like
That
this
space
closest
in front
wall
of the yellow crane?
and that crane, that yellow crane, in between those two walls is likely storage for Phantasmic floats.
Okay.
Which means there's got to be there's gonna be water in there.
Yeah. Of course, there would have to.
Wait. By the way, somebody said it doesn't make any sense for them to build walls without a foundation. To which I would argue, because it's not storage in that sense, it's just water that they're putting there. They don't need a foundation for water, do they? Okay. I guess we're going to put that out there and just let everybody answer that, I suppose. I don't know. But anyway, so, yeah, what I want to know is at what height do you figure the train will go by those walls? Where's ground level for the train? Are we being scoped right now?
Snapchatted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at what height do you think the train will go by?
Presumably, I mean, I'm not sure how to point it out, but there's a dirt level right there.
Yeah, you see, like right there, that highest point, kind of like where the concrete with the wood railing is, where the electrical box was. It's like buried up now.
Yeah.
I reckon that's going to probably be ground level.
That's ground level?
That's my guess right there.
Okay, so that's pretty high up then.
Yeah. I believe everything's got to be
the
raised.
train still has to go
someday.
up in elevation to get to the Toontown station.
Yeah.
It still has to get up to.
Oh, is Toontown a higher elevation?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why I remember being told once. That's why they kind of have to really hit the speed for what they have in that long stretch along the river. Because they have to get up that. It's a small grade, but it's enough that they have to turn it on.
So we got Phantasmic storage and those bitchin' walls that are really progressing quickly. I still don't know. There's still debate on what's happening with the fort and why the dirt's in there. It's interesting though that, like you said, you can't see the electrical.
It's been largely.
What do they call that again? I don't know what they call it. Like just the home for all that.
We'll just call it a power station.
Yeah, the power station or whatever. It's interesting that used to be above ground to us, and now it's not. Now it's below ground.
It was like big too. It was like a good 5 feet above ground.
Yeah. It was big. Yeah, that wasn't a small thing. That's fascinating to me. So if they're raising ground level there, and that's, this can't be. Somebody show. Oh, dang it! There's a piece of art. Well, not art. It was an overhead shot, and then somebody drew lines of where the path of the river was going to be.
Right.
And he drew the lines inside, between the island and the hexagonal fort.
Well, that had to have been wrong then.
It has to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's no air between.
So it's been buried for a couple weeks. They haven't touched it since they buried it.
And it's dirt between. There's no air between the island and the fort, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Like, you can't. You have to take the dirt out again.
Yeah. And even then, you'd be hard pressed to fit the Mark Twain through that space, anyways.
That has to be the river, the island side of the river.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm never sure, because people you know, I believe everybody. You know what I mean? Like, people say, no, Dave, it's going to be this. I'm like, oh, really? That's fascinating. You must be right. So if anybody, you can tell me anything. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I don't know anything about anything. So, okay, having said that, we've got the raised level of dirt here, and then then it's gone. Then it just drops. Why does it? Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did this last week. Because the left side of that is the river turning right, isn't it?
Yes.
That the fort marks the top end of the island.
The tip of the island.
The tip of the island. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. Center frame. I'm going to push in. The very first wall, the far wall, they've added more of that black liner, the soil liner, and then they've started to push up soil up against it.
Yep.
There was previously no soil there, and that level, the black, again, I don't know what you call that stuff, the liner that they're applying to it, they've added to it, and it's higher now. But they're pushing dirt up. Why do you suppose, what is that, what's going on there? Anybody?
Well, my guess is the train will be on the other side of that, so they're
raising something to hide.
They want to like a nice proper berm, so pushing the dirt up.
So that's all that is. That's just a sound. That's what we call that, right? Or we didn't call it, but I mean, we guessed that it was probably a sound wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does seem like that's not building, it's not structure, it's just a barrier between Fantasyland and Star Wars Land. Well, actually, the train, really.
Yeah.
No, that is going to be Star Wars Land on this side of the.
On our side, yes. On the other side of the wall.
Although it won't be structure. It'll just be, you know.
That'll be part of that expansion space, pretty much.
Yeah, that's probably so. Yeah. Okay. But that is interesting that they've started pushing dirt there because they've taken it from Mount Spielberg. Yep. Right here, Mount Spielberg is looking a little short. It's not a mount anymore. It's going to be, I don't know, Hilltop Spielberg. Spielberg Hill? It's called Spielberg Hill now.
Sure. I said they're chipping away at it as needed.
Yeah.
People can work in there, lowering whatever you got to put in there.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never seen one actually in the dirt. I'd like to see them put one of those in the dirt and start working. What's this path right here? They built up a little path.
Oh, here.
Right here in the foreground.
Yeah, the yellow.
Probably what will be the new maintenance road. Because obviously there's not going to be a big old road for trucks in the middle of the land.
That's backside. That's backstage.
Presumably, because again, they still need that access road.
You know, it's funny.
All the way around,
Yeah, so they need a new one.
When we started doing this, all I see is Star Wars Land. Okay, whenever I look at this, usually
there's going to be a fair amount of backstage area.
No, there's backstage, and there's parts that aren't even found. There's parts of this that are Frontierland.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because the river and the train and all that. But all I want to see is like, look how enormous Star Wars Land is.
Giant.
I mean, it's still enormous.
It is still enormous.
And somehow there's only 2 rides.
And there's only 2 rides. That's good.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Star Wars Land updates from the Knothole gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked by joining our Patreon campaign or by buying a Fresh Baked t-shirt. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!